Yeah, I'm pretty sure that ain't gonna work. I'll figure it
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect me. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.
Hey. Welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. This is your host, your couch writer, Raven Jermaine Lockett. Hey, appreciate you coming through. I know it's a tough off season. I know we got a lot of heartache going on. We're gonna talk about it, but there's some sunshine in the midst of this rain. I think we're in the eye of the storm or something. I'm trying to keep you positive because there's been a lot of negativity going on with the flock, and it's been crazy, folks. But you know what? I appreciate you because you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. So please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. Hey, I appreciate y'all. And, I'm sitting here on this couch mainly because I can't be in my chair because somebody, a little Super Bowl champion fan in the house, might have broken my chair. He didn't break it during the game. He broke it is bouncing around on playing video games and stuff, having friends over the house. Anyway, if you want to support the channel and help me get a new chair, then please, look at the pins and you can support by, getting a water bottle, buying some stickers, t-shirts, whatever. We got it all up there. Just follow that link and you'll be Gucci. Anyway, let's see who's in the room right quick. Delicious. He was the first one. Hey, he says, what's up, Couch Rider Cam and crew? Let's see. I'm going to bring this laptop a little bit closer so we can still handle business. All right, let's see. Lisa says, we live. Oh, yeah, for sure. Lisa says, hey, Jermaine and Camru, I'm happy that Zay Flowers won't be facing charges. The police suspended the investigation. Yes, we was getting into that. That was some positive stuff there. So, yeah, we appreciate you. Let's go ahead and jump into our motivational moments, and then we will get it going. All right, so today's motivational moment. Sometimes you gotta sit back and think about your emotions and think about your mind. Your mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work if it is not open. There are so many times in our lives that we come across either ideas from our subordinates or from our family, and your mind's not going to want to work if you don't have it. If you don't try to keep an open mind, there are going to be opportunities for growth in your lives, and it's going to work its best when you have that open mind looking forward to that opportunity to grow. So it may not look like the idea that you had intended at first, but if you keep an open mind, your mind is going to lead you in the right direction, and your people that are around you that care about you are going to lead you in the right direction to something successful. So that's your motivational moment today. I'm hoping that you keep that open mind and that you are all successful in what you put your mind to. All right, let's see who else made it here today. Brooke is sort of on time. she's more on time than Cameron right now. Let me just make sure he got the link. One second. Checking sent items. Yeah, I sent it. He good. He's good. Lisa saying hello. All right, so we are going to just jump right in, folks. Some of the things that we need to talk about today. Topic number one, like I said, last week I talked about it. We got poached. We got poached again. This time we lost our wide receiver coach. I told Brooke that, whoever lead Baltimore next need to catch some hands. Go ahead and give Keith Williams them hands, man, because Keith was probably one of the reasons our wide receivers looked the way they looked last year. They looked pretty good. but it's because of the discipline that he has when it comes to breaking down in the route, stacking and stemming, technique, you name it, all of those facets of the wide receivers game, out of Aguilar, out of Odell, out of Bateman, out of Zay, that comes from the help. Of course, they have natural talent, natural abilities, but that came with the help of Coach Keith Williams. And now Keith is going to be the wide receivers coach in New Orleans because he couldn't be the wide receivers coach here. He was the wide receivers assistant coach. And I'm pretty sure he was just like, look, I'm tired of this disrespectful title. I'll sit here and groom guys like Devontae Adams. I've groomed guys like Tyreek Hill, and you made me to the assistant to the assistant. Like, come on, bro. So, of course, he went down to the Laissez Bon Temps Roulette, and he's down in New Orleans hanging out now. So, wishing the best of luck, just not against us. He's going to be a great coach for the wide receivers down there. They get in the gym, and we know it. It's just, it is what it is. Coaches feel like we just getting punished, constantly punished. Like, go after the champions. Go after the champions, head coaches, and leave our head coaches or our staff alone. Because we don't lost everybody. Who do we lose, man? Let me go through this list right here. Because I kept going through and I kept seeing, like, all right, I tried to Google coaches turnover. This has happened multiple times. The good news is the Ravens know how to refresh and come back hard. Because I was like, every time I try to type in coach turnover, it kept coming up with stuff from the year 2021. It kept coming up to the 2020 when, of course, we had a great year and Lamar had another MVP, or he had the first MVP. So things are looking good. It's just, we got punished for good behavior. So, of course, we lost our head coach, or we lost a defense coordinator to Seattle Seahawks, with McDonald. And it's sad to see him go because he was a beast over here. But, I'm looking forward to seeing what Orr has. While there's inexperience in the coaching arena, he does have the talent on the field. So hopefully that is able to translate. We're in all new territory right now, with one of the youngest defensive coordinators in the league. But at the same time, like, you're young. There are guys that are a lot wiser, that have done this a lot longer, that are longer in the whiskey, in the tooth, and that can come up with a whole bunch of schemes. I'm hoping Orr's got a big time playbook that he's going to help install and make some big things happen. But with that inexperience, is Baltimore going to suffer the woes of his inexperience as we go along? And of course, we saw him hire, I guess maybe one of the homeboys, Dennis Johnson, who looked like, I got to show you how he looked. It looked like this dude just beat some charges. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, he just looked like his parole officer came through and said, "Yo, Dennis, I got a great opportunity for you. You just got to beat this charge in court, and then you can come over here and you can coach in Baltimore on the defensive line, and you good. But I'm just saying, you got to beat these charges today, bro. You got to do what you got to do. Pay your court fines. Quit missing the bench warrants. Go and get over here and get to Baltimore, man." He's like, "Yo, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the opportunity, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you. Who am I coaching? Oh, shoot. It don't even matter. Let's get this money." Sorry. I just I had to. Anyway, let's see. Lisa says Mike McDonald is in Seattle. I'm not very happy about it. And we not happy. We not happy. I'm kind of hot about the whole deal, but at the same time, when you got a good guy like that, the opportunity is going to. I'm surprised they didn't get poached for an offensive coordinator as well, because I believe the Commanders were looking at Monken to be an offensive coordinator over there, or was a head coach over there. I'm not sure, but basically they were about to poach Monken. It's craziness. Rick says, "I'm not worried about it. Harbaugh gonna build it back up." Yeah, let's hope so. I really hope so. I'm not saying that we should be like ready to fire Harbaugh or anything like that. I'm just saying that when it comes to turnover, you go through growing pains. You do go through growing pains, but this is a defensive culture that has been there for years, and it's been Harbaugh's staple. So hopefully these guys he's bringing in know what they're doing. Living Big Red says, "What's good?" I say, "What's good?" back. I'm sorry, Delicious, got you crying over here, man. And Lisa says, "Let's give Zach Orr a chance. He knows the guys." Okay. Yeah, I mean, he knows the guys, but you know how the philosophy is when you go hire the homeboys, that could be a problem. We've seen that with, was it Greg Madison? We've seen that with who was that terrible offensive line coach who ended up being a defensive coordinator for Philly. We picked him up. He was trash. And we had the worst run offense in probably 40 years in the NFL through the first 6 weeks. I don't even remember his name. It was just it was such a bad coach. I had to just block him from my mindset because I had the PTSD and the pain was just coming back over and over again because of that dude. Anyway, new coaches. Without with the old, like I said, keep going. We lost defense coordinator. We lost Anthony Weaver because he went to go be the Miami Dolphins defense coordinator. Man, we're going to have to face them. And then Coach Dennard Wilson is now the Titans defensive coordinator, and he was our DB coach. Tell you, man, no good deed goes unpunished. When you win and you don't win the Super Bowl, they will just take your team and just shake them for every coach that you got on your squad. Like, not every last one of these guys is going to be successful either. I mean, we've seen the Ravens coaching tree in the past. How many of them they still got coaching jobs right now? Not that many. They come out of the Harbaugh coaching tree and they might last a couple of years, but this is one of those not for long leagues that, it is what it is. But I'm thinking like, man, this was a powerful team. I wish we could have ran it back. And now this team is not only going to look like, who knows what it's going to look like on the defense this year, as far as coaching wise, but now player wise, it's going to be something serious too. All right, but at least I'll give him a chance. We'll see what he does with the young guys. All right, so for the replacements, we got Chris Hewitt as the assistant head coach. And then we got Zach Orr, like I say, big young guy. And then Dennis Johnson, D-line head coach from Baylor and LSU. Like I say, he might have beat parole or something like that, or did his thing and finally got off parole and, beat them charges, paid the warrants, whatever. But he here with us now. He a Raven. So we're going to give him the ultimate respect, once we see him in training camp and all that and see what he's got to offer as a defensive line coach, going from Ant Weaver and going over to Dennis Johnson. That's a significant change. But, because LSU my squad, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. LSU was who he was with before he went to Baylor, just heads up. If y'all are looking for Cameron, like I said, he gets out of class a little late, so he's usually either walking the dog or eating some Cheerios or something like that before he gets on the show. All right, so let's move forward, folks. I know with that bad news, like we're sitting here just bummed out, but we did get some good news. And that good news is we got Nelly up in here. So Nelson Aguilar has signed a 1-year contract. Woohoo! We're excited to bring him back. I thought for sure he was going to be the secret weapon in the playoffs. I wish they had have gone to him a bit because I don't think they had all the bases covered with Kansas City on those corners. Yeah, sure. You got to give it to McDuffie and give it up to the other guy. But at the same time, it's like, look, somebody was going to be open. And I thought for sure it was going to be Nelson Aguilar. But, it just didn't happen like that. I thought for sure that we would go ground game, tight end, and then Nelly. Everybody else is kind of being locked up. Go Nelly where they don't even expect it. And boom, we'd have been in the Super Bowl, probably doing a little Super Bowl dance, having confetti from the ceiling, because this is the type of guy that we need on this team. And I'll tell you why. Because while he only had 381 yards and 4 touchdowns, he was getting 10.9 yards per reception or per catch. And I mean, Odell had 13, 14, whatever. But this guy was getting the snaps. When you look at the snap count, this dude had 488 snaps. No, Odell had 488 snaps. He had 618 snaps to Odell's 488. So they trusted him to continue to stay on the field because they knew they could use him a certain way. And they were managing the reps on Odell. I'm sorry, look, I like the guy. I think he had a phenomenal year. It showed with his yards after catch. He had 4.7 yards per catch. I'm talking about Odell. And our Odell had a 54.7% catch rate. But Nelson had a 77.8% catch rate. I mean, that'll tell you something hey, this guy was making the best out of the opportunities that he was given. And now in year 2 in Monken's offense, I'm looking for that role to expand. I'm looking for, honestly, if they don't sign Odell back, okay, oh well, cool. I ain't worried about it. Nelson was the guy that I was worried about the most because I'm like, this really helps out. This is a really solid number 3 type of wide receiver. It's really number 2, but we got 2 guys right there. One of them that I don't think we're gonna pay 5. We're not gonna pay $13 million to keep in Bateman as far as that 5th year option. And then I don't think we're going to. I mean, of course, we're keeping Zay. You know, as long as Zay stay out of trouble, stop getting domestic calls or whatever, um, we're gonna be all right. But we're not paying Bateman. And it's just too much talent in the draft that you can go get a young wide receiver that you don't have to pay $13 million a year. You can probably catch him in the second round and not have to pay that $9 million a year type of tag either. So just can kind of keep that in mind as we go into this year's draft, that it may not be a first round wide receiver that is going to step in and try to fill that role as the number 2 or number 3 wide receiver. Got to save some money somewhere. We ain't got it. I'm telling you right now, $5.6 million, and 3 of it just went to Aguilar. We ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. I keep telling y'all, EDC is going to save a dollar wherever he can, because EDC stands for every dollar counts. Let's pay some bills. All right, Delicious says, this time I actually appreciate this move. And then Lisa says, glad to have Nelly. Brooke says, I was talking mad crap when we first signed him, but I'm glad to say I was wrong. Glad to have him back on the squad. Remember when they were bragging about having all these first round wide receivers? I think Treywell deserves an opportunity to be that big guy. Let him come into camp and compete. We have our number 1 wide receiver now. Now that we have a number 1 wide receiver in Zay Flowers, as long as he keep beating them Chargers, as long as we got that number 1, then everything else can fall in place and let people compete. Treywell can come into camp and actually compete this year. And imagine having him and Nelly, and then we actually have 4. We don't have 4 first round wide receivers out there starting. I want to see what Treywell's got. I wasn't a big fan of him when he got drafted, but you can see the talent level rise. Like I said, not last year, but the year before when he was with the Jaguars, you saw the talent level there. He wasn't the fastest on the field, but he was snagging balls. It was great. All right. Lisa says, my advice for the Ravens, my advice for the baby Ravens is keep your nose clean and out of trouble. Yes, indeed. Keon Coleman's at 30. Take him. Xavier Leggett is another wide receiver I would like to see us get. We need to go get legitimate X. Last thing I want to see is just another big guy to just be big. And when I looked at the tape on Coleman, he was a dog. He was an absolute dog. I ain't gonna lie. He was snagging balls out the air, climbing the ladder. There were sometimes it was missed jumps. And yes, I want to see him be a little bit more pressed. But Coleman is that dude. I mean, he probably gonna sit there and fight Zay in the showers about number 4 or something like that. But you know what? I would like to have that guy at 30. Yes, I know we're crazy about wide receivers over here sometimes, but yeah, he would be a dog for us. But I mean, when it comes to the needs, without Odell, this actually does turn into somewhat of a need. Not as big now. Like I said, that's why I think it's going to be more of a second round type pick, because when you got Bateman, Zay, and Aguilar, and possibly Treywell over here making the roster, that kind of makes the wide receiver need kind of go away. So the needs for Baltimore right now, defensive tackle, offensive guard, because we know Zeitler's gone, or maybe gone. I don't know. We'll talk about it in a minute. Wide receiver, of course, like I said, it's there. Corner, and running back. So these are some significant needs that we have, but wide receiver is not the biggest one on the list right now with the signing back of Nelson Aguilar. I believe corner and offensive tackle to me. That's my opinion, because of the fact that we're not going to have Stanley around forever. And also, if we want to save some money, just saying, 17 mil out there, June 1st cut sounds pretty good. Let me get that 17 mil, bro. We got people to pay. Especially we got Mattabeast to pay. We haven't paid this dude. I know that's going to be one of the topics that comes up in March. But right now, we got a couple of guys that on the cheap side are hitting free agency because we didn't want to pay. Geno Stone being one of those. And, man, I like Geno. I really like Geno. 7 interceptions on the season says, yeah, I'm that dude. But in order to bring Geno back, it's going to cost us. It is going to cost us some money, man. But hang on, let me say what's up to my boy Kenny over here. Kenny says, "Hello, Ravens flock. How do you like all the Ravens? One win in the last 8 games versus my look, man. You just as bad as Cameron's nemesis over here. Oh, good times. But yeah, look, man. You know we can beat y'all once as long as we get to the playoffs. You know we'll take an LDI. I don't care. You know because we're gonna get to the rest of the daggone teams right here and beat them no problem. We'll lose a little Kenny. But Kenny gonna sit here and blow. Wait, how many losses he got in 2 seasons? This dude has probably lost 14 games in the last couple seasons, and I think he may have won 10. It was like either 10-14 or 14-10. He done lost a lot of games, bro. Just saying, his first 2 seasons. My quarterback didn't do that. Just saying. All right, Delicious says Coleman is physically a wide receiver. We need that, especially not knowing if OBJ or Dube is coming. I definitely think the tackle is bigger need, but it's rare to find a day one starting tackle at 30. You know what also else is rare? To find a co-host like my main man, Cam Root. Ladies and gentlemen, Delicious. Cam Root. What's good, man?
Yo, you about to get fired from your own show, brother.
What you talking about, bro?
I didn't even know you having a show. I'm like, man, this is any contract.
Get fired from my own show.
I ain't heard from him in many years. I ain't heard nothing. I don't know what's going
Sorry,
on.
man. You know Valentine's Day. You know you might have predicted that one there. Just saying.
Wait for Valentine's Day and just left everything. What's going on, man?
Hey, yo, Facebook user, come on over to YouTube, man. I appreciate you being on here, but make sure you come on over here and then hit the like button, hit subscribe, smack the bell, so we know who you are. Because all it says is Facebook user. Anyway, it says, or they say, the AFC game was rigged. I know it, and you know it. Okay, emotions is still out there. You know, it's still out there. We seen the tape. Yes, there was some hold calls, but you know what? I couldn't even be half as mad as at the San Francisco 49ers. They should be ticked. They should be really ticked. I ain't never seen so many holding calls missed. Blatant holding calls. It was a full on like. I'm surprised San Francisco didn't riot. They could have just got on, took an Uber, went over to Vegas, and just ride it over there. It'd have been a nice long Uber, but I'm pretty sure it'd have been on their mind. Yeah. What do you think about that?
You got it. I don't even want to get emotionally involved.
Lisa says, "Don't start Kenny." You know, she said she ain't in the mood for it. And so the Steelers been one and done in the playoffs for how many years now? Oh, return fire. It's there. Facebook user says I was there. Oh, the refs were clearly on the Chiefs' side. You know, and that's got to be. I really hope that's like a point of discussion at the owners' meeting. I'm really hoping some like owners and coaches come over the table, and I'm hoping the ref. I hope there's a ref representative there, just like taking all this heat. You know, just like look, y'all screwed up the playoffs. Y'all sent that dirty daggone referee to Baltimore and messed up the whole AFC championship. Just get him. Oh man. All right, my boy Kendall is here. We'll keep going. Hang on a second here. Kennedy says, Brookie, as long as we keep beating the Ravens, I'm good. That's the highlight of your season. You can take the rest of the L's, but you just want to get a couple wins on the Ravens.
All right.
You know what? Kennedy, I'm pretty sure that John has got you marked on the calendar, and he gonna beat the stuffing out you this year. I guarantee it. I stand by it. I represent it. I guarantee it. All right, Brooks says, Kansas City had a holding call in their last 3 Super Bowls, or hadn't had a holding call in the last 3 Super Bowls. I did not know that.
Very true. Yep.
It's insane, man. Insane. That they really got to address that. Just throw a flag when they first come out the tunnel, like I hold, and that way the stat could just end. Kendall says Chiefs O-line just love Bosa too much and couldn't let him go. It was a family reunion. They hugged him. I'll tell you, number 74, Taylor did not like when they handing out the rings for the Super Bowl. They just need to go ahead and pass him over because that dude, like, he was probably one of the worst tackles in the league.
Swift they get one too. Taylor Swift
Huh?
get the ring. Taylor Swift getting the ring too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she getting the ring. Yeah, she
Super Bowl.
get one ring or another. Lisa said, "Atta girl, Brooke, get him again, girl." Delicious says, "I don't know how." I said, "I don't like how the 49ers did Steve Wilkes. That man didn't deserve to be fired." I totally 100% agree on that. When you take your team to the biggest stage because you have a lesser experienced quarterback, you know, he's got some skills. Don't get me wrong. Purdy's got skills. But when you have a lesser experienced quarterback, you rely on ground game and defense. And that's what got you to the dance. And you fire the defensive coordinator that brought you to the dance.
He got fired because they never saw eye to eye from the very beginning. That's the reason, not because of the Super Bowl.
I feel like it's a scapegoat, man. I feel
Yeah,
like
it looks like a scapegoat, but it is. I mean, especially because how everything happened. But this is just from a insider on in California. They never, even the whole season, they never got along. Like Shanahan shouldn't have never hired him because he knows Wilkes' calling card is being aggressive. Like I hope he comes over. Let him be the. We don't have a linebacker coach. I don't even think we got a D line coach. Am I correct? Did we hire a D?
yeah, oh yeah, we hired.
Who's that? Is that old boy from Kansas State?
No, D-line coach. You missed it. This dude right here. Hang on. he might have beat some charges today.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm just saying the dude. He looked like he just got out of court and won, and they told him, "Hey, you got a job lined up, bro."
Hold on now, chill out.
He really do, man. He looked like, all right, they like, all right, bro, we got some work for you, man. You know, we're gonna go ahead and hire you over here, work release program for the Ravens. You good with that, bro? He was gonna get you to Jerry Jones, but he said he tired of taking criminals, man. Come on.
He looked like a CO, but who was he working for before that?
He was the D-line coach at Baylor, I think, and then he was with LSU beforehand. But I think it's just, I think it's just more hiring the homies, to be honest.
So he has no NFL experience.
Didn't look like it. I mean, we could do and check his coaching history, but he just got a real common name right now. Dennis Johnson's probably something very hard to look up.
Did he play in the league?
I think he did.
I ain't got my phone on, so I can't.
You look it up while I check out some of these comments right quick.
Yeah.
All right. So Kendall said Shanahan is trying to deflect his terrible third quarter play by blaming Wilkes for that terrible 2-minute drill and overtime offense. So yeah, I could definitely. I think it's just the dirtiest thing. I mean,
no, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that he was probably gonna go regardless.
Yeah, it's just like, but they let them talk it out. Like, like for me, like if I got a guy like that, I know we don't see eye to eye. It's just like Harbaugh and Ed Reed. Like they made it to the championship. They went, I know they didn't see eye to eye for more than just 1 year. I mean, it was more than just 1 year that Harbaugh and Ed Reed didn't see eye to eye. But they went back to the championship after losing, and then they went their they went their separate ways.
Yeah, but
49ers should have ran it back with this guy. Now this defense is going to see
he wasn't going to run it back with him because of the philosophy. Like they want to run. Their defense is the same defense that the Legion of Boom had. They're not really trying to blitz. They're just trying to come with four.
I hear you.
Trying to run zone majority of the time. That's their whole Pete Carroll system. That's why everybody from Seattle that went over there, as far as on the defensive side, is on that side. Roger Sala, all of them came from Seattle. So that's the system that he wanted to do. But Wilkes, he can run a 4-3. But even when Wilkes was a head coach, you got to remember it was all the 3-4 system. He loves to run that hybrid type system, which he would fit perfectly here, working with us, opposed to going someplace else That's why, because he can bring in. He would help. He would help. That would help Zach Orr because you have somebody with experience.
I mean,
Behind
honestly, I hope he had. I was hoping for him to go to Seattle.
who?
Wilkes.
No,
Yeah,
no.
because I mean, he had to go. If Wilkes had went to Seattle, he'd have got revenge on
Yeah,
them
but
twice a year.
he had already had. He had already had his whole team there. Remember, he
Yeah,
already had Frazier, Leslie, and Leslie knows Mike McDonald from when he was at Baltimore when he was coaching the secondary. So they work hand to hand. Everything is there. So I, I don't know.
all right, so let's
So
go to your Facebook users.
I would
Says
like
they.
to get a
Go
job
ahead.
with us. No, I'm just saying I would like him to get a job with us. We don't have a linebacker coach. Josh Barnes decided to go to Seattle. I'm happy for him. But it would be great if you bring somebody in there that can help Zach along the way because he should be Book should be a head coach, bro. He should have been a head coach of the Carolina Panthers. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you got. I was just going through Facebook comments here, or this here it says they should have done a drug test on Kelsey. I guarantee you would have been positive. Positive. I don't know. I mean, he's probably for the refill. I don't know about performance enhancing, but it just seemed like he on something crazy. Lisa says I'm sick and tired of KC in the Super Bowl. I think we all are. I think they are now the modern day Patriots, and we are ready to full on hate on these folks because they got the refs on their side. Let's see here. Kennedy says Purdy did not play Purdy. Oh yeah, I mean, it is what it
Okay,
is. Like
bro.
we gave them the blueprint.
No, he did. Well, he didn't do that bad. Like, but they should have kept running the ball with CMC. Like, I don't understand.
Mhm.
Let's talk about Baltimore, bro. I can't talk about nobody else, man. This season,
I think it
I
was a great
the
defensive
ball, I
game,
get
and
upset.
it ended how it ended. But we here, man. We here.
Yeah,
All right. So Delicious says that was kind of weird. I don't know what you're talking about. Y'all doing a mock draft? We will do mock drafts. We're gonna wait until after the combine before we do a mock draft because I'm bringing an expert on the show. He did confirm Damian Parsons
sweet.
will be on this show. Excuse me, Damian Parsons, not Parsons. That's my boy from the Couch Rider Report website. We started it back in 2014, and he was a ride or die type cat, but he just had so many opportunities he could not turn them down. This guy he's on Locked on Ravens. He's on the Draft Network. He's doing multiple shows. He's at the combine right now, or getting prepped for the combine, and we'll see him in about 2 weeks. He'll be on the show with us, and he is going to give us some of the like cream of the crop. When we talk about steals, this guy does film study from the second the draft ends all the way through the next draft. It is truly his Christmas, and he looks for those opportunities to seek out those gems that everybody else is missing out on, and he doesn't miss. This is something about Damian. He don't miss when it comes to his study of the players. When I tell you, like, study of wide receiver talent, study of corner talent, the skills positions, he really loves to jump into those. He even jumps in the D line. He's just like, I mean, dude's got mad talent when it comes to evaluating these players. So I can't wait to hear from him. Yeah, and then after that, once we hear his perspective, then that'll help turn ours into the mock draft. Let's see. Kenny says, "Why do a mock draft before the combine and pro days?" No, we ain't doing that. I'm just saying, like, we will have the combine first.
Why you say it like that? No, we ain't doing
And
that.
DC says, "But I mean, yes, there's going to be there are probably like those first, I say 7 picks. First 7 picks probably are not going to turn. They're not going to change based on the combine. Like those are probably locked in already, or at least maybe shifting one or two players or something like that. But after the combine, you're going to see players that get opportunity to shoot up the boards based off of the skill sets, and some that drop down because we've had players that just drop down because of the interviews.
Mm,
What's the weirdest thing that you've seen that has a player drop down in the combine?
Good 40.
The 40?
I'll Kyle Hamilton. He could run a straight line.
Yep, I've seen the
That's
comment.
it.
Yeah, I've seen. Well, actually, the Quan Treadwell. He's one of the ones that dropped down because of the 40 time.
Yeah.
Um, and honestly, I gave him bad reviews too because the tape didn't match up for me. I thought for sure he wasn't facing top 50 defenses in the country. And he was just embarrassing little kids. You know, he was like a man amongst boys out there. And then when he got to the next level, it didn't. He actually had to go and get humbled for a couple of years when we went to Jacksonville before he stepped his game back up. So I'm thinking we got a steal right there, but it's just he's got to work for it.
I don't even know if he's there. He's a free agent.
I thought he was signed back on a practice or something, or like I mean, not practice now, but he's signed back, to the roster. But we'll see.
Yeah. I think I don't know.
All right. So Lisa says, my Dick Clark videos were more interesting than the Super Bowl. Okay. Brooke says she think he didn't play that bad. I think y'all still talking about Super Bowl. I'm scrolling down a bit.
Yeah, we gotta get past the Super Bowl. We gotta let it go.
Mhm.
We talking about the free agency. Talk about
Yeah.
the tags.
Speaking of which, let's go into. All right. Felicia says, as days go by, I'm starting to get more sold on Derrick Henry joining the Ravens, even though realistically, I think we draft a running back. Audric Estime and Braylon Allen looks good to me. So I guess that brings up a question here. If you had a choice,
Mm.
if we had the money, we ain't got no money. If we had the money, let's see here. Who would it be? What we doing, man? What we doing? Would you take the left or the right?
No, I think I mean, like that was the truth. But I would probably take Derrick Henry because I think we have some pieces, man. I'd rather just go ahead and get another receiver to the draft. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I think it's time for Tylen to get his opportunity. I think Austin Eckler, I mean, signing Nelly back was a good move, and they could both alternate as the 3-4, whoever's what, and then they Rashad Bateman to be back on, like he played a full season, so he should be good. You know,
Here's
and
what
he
I'm thinking.
got cleared out of his nonsense, whatever's going on there. Hopefully, he'll be completely out the woods because I really think, like, not to get into that whole situation, or what I've been reading and everybody's been saying, the more you listen to it, the more it sounds like it really wasn't him that was involved. I think it sounded like it was more his brother. He just happened to be the scapegoat because you're talking, you're the high profile person. 'Cause why would why would your brother be pulling out a gun on your girl? It's just a lot of stuff don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Not at all. So that's why I'm like, and then she's like, I don't know. It's just a sensitive thing, but it's like those are the things you can't play games with, man, because you know it's just too much up in the air. Like for him and just anybody else, there's just too many games. Like I don't know. I just pray everything. I pray nothing happened, and I pray that Zay is clean. That's what I do pray because he definitely doesn't come off as that type of person, but you can't tell that way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, we already there, so let's go
keep,
ahead and we'll
keep,
discuss it. I
keep
think Lisa is the one who brought it up. So how we feel about the Zay Flowers. I had to record somebody's comment off of Facebook. This joint had me rolling, but I had to censor some of it in order to put it on the show because dude went all the way off on once he figured out that the investigation was paused. Oh, let's see here. So this guy, I don't know if y'all follow Sean Christian Roy. Dude is hilarious. Anyway, so he jumps on there. He says Zay Flower is owed an apology, notably from the media. They were quick to name drop, but all I hear is crickets. Chirp, chirp, blanks. It's sorry time. So if you see the grades, they were curse words. I just kind of blanked out or some other explicitives that he has with his colorful language. He dissed Bobby Trossett, said you're salivating at the lips like a blank in a Wendy's breakfast buffet. I thought the black man was getting handcuffed. For that, I say, darn you to heck. Secondly, I think your hairpiece blew into my front yard this morning.
Oh no.
Like disrespectful. Then he talks about ESPN. He says, "I'll allow you blank my apology when you're ready." So I'm guessing I can't even remember what the
I remember
grades were. I just
ESPN
blanked
saying
those out.
something,
Huh?
but I said I don't remember ESPN saying anything, but I don't know. It's not. It's like it hasn't really been talked about. Like you know how you looking on the sports channels, they don't have any. You know, I haven't seen anything screaming.
Yeah, but when Jameson Hensley speaks,
Yeah,
he's one of the ones that shoots the gun.
yeah.
Him and Bobby tries that wanted to be first on this, and so I think that's who he's calling out. And then
No,
Ian
it,
Rappaport
it,
hopped on that as well.
it's like I don't know. You're looking for something bad. It seems like. I mean,
Yeah, but it's like the second things get cleaned up, they don't want to be first. They don't care. They're just like, all right, somebody else got it.
yeah.
It's fine. Anyway, so he goes on to say, he's like, whenever you're ready, hope you're ready for some floss. I'm pretty sure there was some other explicit or whatever. He says, NFL on Fox, you have 24 hours. I'm selling your family to Ukraine, and I was selling for cheap.
Oh no.
He's just so crazy, man. And then he says, Ian Rappaport, I want you on your hands and knees, begging for forgiveness. I'm whipping you with the belt and locking you in the hot box for at least 2 weeks.
What
This
did
guy,
you say? He said something.
I guess Ian was one of the ones who said something on Twitter as well.
Oh,
So he usually Sean is on point. Sean crazy, but Sean is on point when he comes out putting this stuff out here. But yeah, he was very, very blunt at going after all those people who wanted to be first, ready to condemn Zay Flowers. When I posted on my timeline, I think it was a retweet. I said the dude just got engaged. I was like, "There's no way this is real." That was my words on it. So
he
uh,
just got engaged to. That's the chick he got engaged to.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So he got engaged to her. The incident happened on the 21st, but he got engaged probably like a week and a half ago.
So he got engaged. Hold up. See, this is even weirder. What now? He just got engaged when?
I think it was a week and a half. It was like the day before the stuff got reported, or the day before it hit the news, because it happened on the 21st, but it didn't get exposed until like the day after it was announced he was engaged.
What?
Yeah,
So okay, so but they saying the girl is back in Massachusetts with her father.
yeah,
He got engaged to her after the incident happened,
yeah.
but then she reported the incident on the 21st.
I think the media reported the incident on the 21st.
They say
So
that she went to the cop. She went to the cops on the 21st.
the 21st of January is when the neighbor called the cops saying that they heard stuff, and the cops showed up, and so of course the 911 call is the person who called it on the neighbors, who was happened to be Zay, and Zay and his brother or whatever.
Mm.
So then, like I said, after the AFC championship, Zay gets engaged, and then this report comes out of nowhere. And they say it's an ongoing investigation. All the media started getting a hold of it and pushing it out. Then they found out it was on the 21st of January. And then, of course, they haven't found
And
any
you
other
saw her,
evidence.
she had bruises.
Huh?
She had bruises, and she has pictures to show them.
She had pictures of bruises?
That's Engraving just put out a video, and Bobby tries to put out one yesterday.
Yeah.
And she has pictures of of bruises, but she didn't expose them, and then to back
That's
her up,
weird.
father
It,
said,
it
yeah.
is all over the place, bro.
And this is in Massachusetts. It's not even here. Like she went home.
So maybe one investigation's still open, the other one's not.
No, they said everything's suspended.
Yeah.
I
All
just
right,
don't.
so let's see what Brooke says. She said, point is, they didn't do anything. People love drama and made
Yeah,
up stuff without knowing the facts.
it gotta. No, that's very true. But the fact that it's still like they gotta clear this to the point where he don't get no suspension. Because I'm not understanding what's the part with the why I don't know. When I'm hearing a man pulling out a gun on a woman, it makes no sense to me. It just don't make, you know what I mean? So none of this is making any. It just don't make any sense. Like it's not matching anywhere.
Yeah, for me, I think it's just like the nosy neighbor. Maybe they did have some like some heated discussion or something like that, and maybe there was some furniture moving going on in this joint. I don't know. I just know that if the neighbors calling 911, they ain't got the full story. All they probably hearing is something from next door. But if she's showing stuff on Twitter or she's showing pictures and whatnot, then yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably
she didn't show no pictures.
yeah.
She didn't
Oh,
show
she didn't
no.
show that?
No, she says she has pictures of him.
Oh,
Her father said, backed on it, but she didn't show. She would not show the picture.
hmm.
So my thing is, if you went to the cops, the bruises can't heal. I don't know how fast anybody heals, but if you went to the cops within a 4-day span, 5-day span, you got bruises. They ain't gonna heal that quick. So I'm trying to understand what's going on. Like, what is really going on? And I don't know. But then it kind of like sounds like somebody just trying to throw dirt on them. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense.
Oh, Dance fan says the police may have suspended their investigation, but the NFL would dig deeper into it.
That's
Mhm.
noted. But again,
Hey,
I
Dance
do
fan, do me a
understand
favor,
what's
man.
going on.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and smack the bell, man. I
Yeah,
think you're a new
I
sub.
do what's going on.
Appreciate
I
you.
think everybody know what they talking about, but don't nobody know nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah.
All right, that's between them and God. I'm gonna leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
We're pushing. We're gonna act like he good. Okay, so
That's what I'm saying. He
as far
good,
as
man. He good.
we need to go through the draft. That's
That's all I know. It's like, yeah, we need to get there, man. All
we
right.
gonna,
So next topic. So we were to bring this up.
but I'd
All right.
rather
So
have if you want to answer the question, I'd rather have right now, if it came
oh
between
yeah,
Mike
back to the
Evans and
question. My
Henry,
bad.
I would rather have Henry because we cannot for some apparent reason I agree with Engrave on this. If we had a high profile running back, perhaps we would actually use him. If Mark Ingram wasn't hurt in that playoff against Tennessee, maybe we would have used him more. I still think we
Okay.
need to draft a running back, even if we did sign one. Unless it's like somebody Henry, you're not gonna give a truly long extension to, right? You may give him 3 years, maybe two. But if it's Saquon or Josh Jacobs, you gotta give them like 3, 4 year game. You know what I mean? Because they're still young.
Okay.
So that's how I look at it. But they're all of them are. Even Henry, some people say, "Oh, he doesn't fit our system because we want to throw the ball to the receivers." I don't think he got his bad hands. I just don't think they needed him to catch the ball that much.
Yeah, there are certain guys that you will make things work if they come into the house. Like either one of these guys comes here, you're gonna find ways to get this person involved because they are big time players who make big time plays in big time games. And I think
Like,
if they brought in, Derrick Henry, they would find a way to make the plays or to make a good percentage of the offense work to his favor because he's going to make some things happen in this offense. When it comes to my pick, I got to go with the exact opposite, bro.
I understand.
Mike Evans. I mean, 1,000 yard receiving. He just does 1,000 yards. No, with the drop of the hat, just like no problem. Like I got it. And if let's just say we get Gus back on a $7 million deal, right? Which is decent because running backs don't make nothing anyway. I mean, you got Saquon making 12 mil last year. You say, hey Gus, I know you scored 13 touchdowns this past season. We're not gonna pay you that much because I don't think anybody else is gonna pay you that. So we're gonna give you 7 mil, and you're gonna take it. You're gonna like it. We say, no thanks to Derrick Henry, whatever for now. But we go get, we go get Mike Evans, pair him with Zay. That makes this offense otherworldly as far as as far as the wide receiver weapons right there with Aguilar, with him, with Bate, with Mike. Oh yeah, it would just be beast. I would
It's just,
love to see it.
I mean, if the thing is if the funds were there, then it'd be different. But I don't think that financially we would be able to afford Mike Evans anyway. I don't think it's a bad move at all. I think it's a great move. But you going, me thinking about what we missing more. We missing like our running game is non-existent when our running Reg is funny. Our running game is non-existent, man.
Bruh. No, see, this is what everybody thinks right now.
Reg is
Like,
Reg
they
the
just
whole
don't trust Gus in the
Reg
playoffs, bro.
straight to the point.
Like Gus is good. Gus is just not trusted in the playoffs. I don't know what happens during the whole game plan, the walkthrough, or whatever, when the playoffs comes through, and they're just like, "Hey, Gus, we know you scored a lot of touchdowns in the off season or in the regular season. We know you get about 5.6 yards per carry. We know that what you're gonna take off and have about a 16-yard run. But we not going with you, bro. We got a whole different direction. We finna just go in this. Like, go ahead and take a seat, bro. Don't even fly in to the playoffs right now. Don't come to M&T right now."
But what's funny though? Well, it was not funny, but once Mitchell got hurt, our running game really was not that. I think they had one good game after that. Really wasn't existing, to be honest with you, other than Lamar getting loose. Like we were averaging a lot of yards, but it was because Lamar was popping off like, maybe 70 yards a game, even when he wasn't trying to run.
Yeah, I mean, he was the lead
We
rusher.
haven't had a running back since Lamar's second year to go over 1,000 yards, let alone a running back to lead the team in rushing since Lamar's been our quarterback. That's disturbing, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I know if we got Henry there, somebody he gonna lead the team in rushing. It ain't gonna be Lamar.
And then, like, here's the thing: like, the person we're forgetting about is the guy that we didn't use at all, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me either. But
He still got juice in the tank. I'm telling you, he still got plenty in the tank.
I wouldn't mind him coming back either.
Oh, we set up a system around him and Lamar. That read option will be the nastiest thing.
Oh yeah.
Have Lamar work on his feet in the off season, and still keep them legs fresh. Oh my goodness.
I think that would be a perfect re-sign and give him an opportunity because his legs are still fresh. And then we could probably get him for cheap. And I think that might have been the reason that they brought him in. And we probably talk about that because if they can give him an opportunity, man. If he gets there and we draft a running back, he'd be good because I don't think Mitchell gonna be able to come back until I want to say at least October.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have another horse in the stable just in case. I like old boy from USC. I like
Marshawn Lloyd. Yeah.
Because we need a big boy, yo. I like him, and I do like. I mean, I saw some people talk about old boy from Oregon, but unless we're gonna get somebody that's that diverse as far as like Jahmyr Gibbs type running back, we need a big boy, man. You know what I mean?
I think honestly, I feel like what the Ravens may do with Dalvin is throwing off on the table, like right now, like, all right, here's 6.5 a year.
Yeah.
And the Ravens, they have the opportunity to make $49 million in cap space if they make the right moves with a couple of cuts, a couple of restructures, wheeling and dealing, putting a little bit of here on the back burner, voyage, whatnot. $49 million is kind of what their wiggle room is right now. But of course, Matabike is going to get paid, so that might be a good chunk of that. If they don't, hopefully they don't franchise him, because then we hurt him for 20 mil right there.
Right.
But if they are able to, let's say, put 6.5 million on the table and say, "Hey, Dalvin, we want you to be our guy,"
and give him the rest of them in incentives.
Yeah,
you get 6.5, but then be like, "Yo, if you do this, do that, you get some incentives, and then you draft a running back." Hey, I'm sorry, brother, I was just piggyback. Hey, you got it.
I'm thinking like you thinking $3 million in incentives, and that works. Yeah. But let him go chase free agency to see if he can beat that. Because right now, I mean, didn't he make it all the way through waivers before he got to us?
Yeah, but at the same time, he said he wasn't going. He didn't want to go to no place unless it was a contender. So
Yeah.
whoever
And
needed a
so if
running
he still
back,
sees us as that contender, then he takes the cut and goes after that 6.5. Like I said, running backs has not the market is not getting any better.
it's horrible right now, man. He's not
Yeah.
even on. I don't think he's even on the table for what people are talking about with running backs. He's not even. He's not thought about. They're talking about obviously Henry, Saquon, Jacobs, um, Pollard. Then they're talking about Swift,
Yeah.
a few others down the line that I can't think, but I didn't see anybody.
Is Swift a free agent?
Swift is a free agent, bro. I wouldn't, he would break here.
Oh,
He would
bring him
definitely,
to Baltimore.
he would definitely break here because he's one of those. He can be an every down back and he can catch the ball. Swift is definitely he's a free agent. Come on down the street, homeboy.
Oh man, it's a fight over here in the comments about Gus here. Let me go back up to the front of this here.
Red started the fight with Brooke.
Yeah, he did. Okay, so let's see here. Harbaugh says, just smile, Gus is good, or just see now. Gus is good. Yeah, as far as the hit. And then Big Red says Gus is absolutely boo-boo juice. And I like Gus, but he's not a star running back. All right, is there Dalvin from free agency standpoint? Might be the most realistic. Yeah, hopefully.
He's not burnt out either, though, bro. He's not.
Yeah, like I said, once you hit the 8th year,
He wasn't burnt out when he left Minnesota. How old is Dalvin?
I don't know, but he's at his 8th. He's at his 8th year,
I think he came in.
or
I think he's 29, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. So like once you hit that 8th year, as far as wear and tear, then you kind of fall downhill.
But he
Fall off the cliff.
didn't do anything last year. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's considered like in his 7th to 8th year. He still got something left on the tires, man. And then let's see. The Big Red's is standing point on Gus not being that guy. Lisa says, "Sorry, Reg, you've been outvoted. We love Gus the Bus."
He's going to Dallas, sure.
Henry ran for over 1,000 yards while Gus didn't. Oh, and Henry was splitting reps too.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, I mean,
Henry's still
I think there's some good points there.
he was still a focal point of the Titans. So he's a different. Henry's on a different. Come on. I know we all homeless to a degree, but Reg is right. Henry's on a different. You can't compare a Pro Bowler. How many times? Like 4 or 5 times Pro Bowler.
I mean, we had that conversation mid-season, and what did Gus do that next week? He scored 4 touchdowns, didn't he?
Blacked out. John blame him, but down the stretch, I'm saying after if we look, y'all can look at the stats yourself. After the Keaton Mitchell went down in that Jacksonville game, the running game it was up here and it just started tilting down unless it was Lamar. And I'm talking about just generally the running backs. I'm not talking about us. So I wonder if that had played into a part of them not wanting to run the ball. Because if you think about it, when we played Houston, the running backs didn't really get off. It was Lamar getting busy.
Oh yeah, it was Lamar getting busy. I think Brooks right. You can sign Gus though. You can sign him. You can't afford Gus. You can't afford Henry. Yeah. So I think she got a good point there. Like
I don't know.
If we broke, we broke.
Nobody right now. We $8 million over the cap, so we can't afford no damn body right there.
Yeah, like I said, they got wiggle room to be able to negotiate what they need to negotiate. She would say.
Yeah. Look, it ain't. Look, this is the thing. At this point in time, until that cap is fixed, and I'm sure it's going to probably be fixed by the end of next week. Anytime before free agency, it'll be opened up.
Yep. And the thing is, as Ravens fans, we got to be patient. And I know as much as we gonna see all these flashy new toys or whatever running around in free agency or whatever, y'all gonna be yelling for EDC's head, fire EDC, fire Harbaugh after every signing, every janitor signing that goes on or whatever, every whatever. Y'all gonna be ready to come for the man. Be patient. They moving money. They figuring something out.
They're gonna have to. I think they're gonna restructure Morgan Moses, and they're gonna restructure Stanley. I think those are definitely gonna happen. I
I
mean,
think they tired of moving money on Stanley. Honestly, I think
I
it
mean,
may
they
be a time
give him
just
an
to
extension.
say,
How you
huh?
want to move it? Give him an extension, but you're gonna have to draft his replacement, unless we already have the replacement. Like I said, Voorhees is about the same size he is, same size as Stanley. Even though he didn't play left tackle that much, he played every position other than center, and he was graded high. So you know,
Yeah,
let-
you got to see what that footwork look like too.
Hmm?
And then, here, that's a good point. Thank goodness. Yeah, somebody brought it up here. EDC did an amazing job putting that team
yeah,
together last year.
yeah,
And I think a lot of people didn't give credit to it. They were constantly fussing about all these other picks going in different directions and how EDC should be fired or whatever. Even after we signed Odell, everybody was mad because we didn't get, DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, we didn't get Nuke, but he did a great job of sealing the deal for Lamar. That was significant. It was a very tough task to handle. I don't think any other GM would have wanted that duty. In fact, they didn't want that duty. They all said no. They said no, thank you.
yeah.
So he does that. He gets Zay. He's signing first round wide receivers out the blue, just like, yeah, I got you. You were first round. Okay, cool. Come on in. And then he solidified that defense. I mean, it looked beautiful. It was a thing of beauty because everybody was like, oh well, he can't draft. Those draft picks showed up. This coaching staff made these guys work and work hard. He brought in old vets and made them work. Like EDC did his thing, and they got to give him props this year. They can't come after him in the offseason and say, "Oh, he's not doing it," just because we didn't win the offseason. Cleveland win the offseason every year,
Mhm.
and look at
Yeah. I
him.
don't know why y'all talking about Marlon. Marlon good. Y'all need to leave Marlon alone.
Hold up. Let's see what he
Marlon
said.
ain't going
He
nowhere.
said, "Man, what's up with these crazy Ravens fans talking about we should cut a trade Marlon? People act like he wasn't just in the Pro Bowl a year ago."
Fun fact: Marlon only gave up 2 touchdowns. Actually, I think he only gave up one, and that was when he first came back. And okay, I'm gonna say two. He only gave up 2 touchdowns when he first got back with Pickens, and I don't even think that was really actually on him when what's my man when Tariq Hill scored when he got injured. So
Yeah.
other than that, Marlon was rated he still was rated one of the highest corners this year. So I gotta leave Marlon alone. Leave Marlon alone, Reg. Keep your boy's name out your mouth, son. Boy name out your mouth, son.
I think Marlowe still has plenty in the tank. I think when it comes to these, there's always gonna be faster, younger models coming
He's
through.
not injury prone though.
Huh?
Marlon's not injury prone at all.
No, I didn't say that.
No, but people were trying to say, "Oh, he's injury prone this year because of this year." I don't know if you watch his podcast. They was talking. The guy was asking him, "So what you think was wrong this year?" He said he tried a new regimen as far as workout regimen, and it didn't work out the way because he normally just do crazy stuff. He said, "I normally just do my crazy stuff like my track, blah blah blah." So I tried this new way, and apparently, I guess maybe he said maybe that's it. I don't know, but I'm going back to my other routine because this didn't work out for me. So
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to keep that guy. He's gonna teach these younger cats good technique.
cool.
I think Marlowe, like I said, he's gonna be one of those staples of this team here. Leadership. And I mean, I know that, like I said, there's going to be younger, faster wide receivers coming along constantly, but it still seems like he has good closing speed when it comes to the ball being in the air. And so I think keep Marlowe on.
Not that old though. He's still a young corner. He's not that old.
What is he, 30? He's at 30, right?
No, he's not 30 yet. I don't think he's 30 yet. He's not that old. I don't think he's 30
He
yet.
might be, I think he might be 29.
He may be 29, but still, look, speed don't just die like that. Especially if you've been running track majority of your life, it just don't die. Darryl Green was running a 4.3 at the age of 20, at the age of 50. He was still flying. Dion was still flying at 37. It just don't die. If you got it, that's one of the things you can't teach. It's hard to teach speed. You can work on it. You can get faster, but you ain't going. Marlo's only 27. Oh no, he's got. I know he came out early. I think he's older than 27. He's old because he's older than
Okay, so I mean, they saying build for the future. Yeah, he's 28.
28. He's old because he's older than Lamar. Didn't he come out a year before Lamar? He came out 2017, right?
Yeah, he came out the year before
Yeah,
Lamar.
he came out a year before.
Let's see what D said here. He says Glenn Clark, who is somewhat connected to local media, said on his radio show that he has heard multiple times that Josh Jacobs made it clear to his agency that he wants to be in Baltimore.
That might be an Alabama connect.
Yeah, Ozzy sitting here like,
I was a big fan of him at Bama, so I wouldn't mind.
mhm.
I wouldn't mind Jacobs.
You know, Ozzy sitting here whispering in his ear, whispering in EDC's ear, like,
What did you whispering? What?
bring me to Bama. Bring me to Bama, baby. just bring it to me, man. I need another one. Just give me another Alabama. Get Roll Tide.
Go back to the Raiders though, or they can't pay him. I guess the new GM was like, we ain't gonna pay him. We just gonna draft.
Well, how much Jacobs want?
Huh?
I said, how much Jacobs want?
He's deserving of it though, man. He's never missed a season.
I still feel like you can afford to pay whatever running. You can even afford to pay the top running back because the top running back is still making less than Rashad Bateman's 5th-year option money.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. 50 options, 13.5, man.
Yeah.
I told you I saw Owe, right? I told you that, right?
Yeah. You get Owe on the show. I was like, man, I ain't finna say it right now.
I was going to see him again, but I was like, oh man, I wanted because it was like when you said you'll take a picture of we in the gym. I'm like, oh man, people already looking.
Yeah.
Like, who are you talking to?
Yeah, just be like, do a selfie or something, with him. Yeah.
Oh man.
It has just been a fun add to the show, nothing crazy, but yeah, I was like, yeah, you can get him on show too. That's cool.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
Let's see here. All right, so if people are going on and on about Marlo, Brooke says her husband is 27. Dan's fan wouldn't pull a birthday out of nowhere, and then apparently Dan's fan ran his credit and
I played.
Found out he has 2 houses and a cat. So Delicious says Jimmy was nice, Reg, but he was literally hurt every year. Oh, here we don't get on Jimmy. You know how I feel about Jimmy. Brooke, don't start. Man. Don't start, Brooke.
Chill. Don't start. And don't start Brooke on Jimmy, please.
You don't diss Jimmy. I won't diss Marlo. All right, Dre says that's what I said. I was okay if they got rid of Jimmy back then. Dang it, Reg. All y'all. Jimmy was that dude. That was one of my favorite Ravens. And then no Dafe slow it. Now that's just disrespectful. Now the Owe had a pretty solid.
Reg came on here with the true hate, yo. Hate.
He has got the whole
angry man.
Whole angry just haterade. Just
nah, Reg. I'm about to call you angry man, Reg. You just angry man.
Yeah, so we had to talk about wide receivers in order to make it feel better.
Drafting, Reg. Wide receiver.
Wide receiver. Every time. Wait, we in the 3rd round. Yeah, I'm gonna go wide receiver. We went wide receiver the last 2 rounds. No, I gotta go wide receiver, bro. Hi, birthday is for Marlo. Yeah, that's what we figured. We figured you ran his credit. All right, he says he's a year younger than my daughter. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's single or not, but
Damn, here we go.
Play matchmaker or something. Anyway, but here he go hating again. Oh my gosh, bro.
Tell me why you mad, angry man.
What you got against Owe, man? Owe ain't never did nothing to nobody. He been there just balling.
You gonna read all the books?
Huh?
I'm asking angry man. You gonna read all the books? You read all the books, angry man. You read all of them? Huh?
That's funny. So I figure when it comes to Owe, I really appreciate just the patience this guy has because every year to keep putting veterans in there and giving them, like I said, it's an unselfish defense. It really is. But these old wily vets, they find ways to get it done while he's making the sacrifices. And people don't see that this dude's pressure rates through the roof. he is getting the pressure on those QBs.
He was the most improved player this year.
Yeah.
But his pressure rate was high. I
Yeah,
think
they gotta put some respect on his name, man.
top 5 in the league, so his pressure rate is up there.
Mm-hmm.
He doing
Right,
his job, man. Let him go. Let him live, man.
Lisa says, "Don't let Bobby Humphrey near anything. Hear anything bad about his son."
Huh?
I don't know. She just don't want him talking bad. All right, Big Red says no. They need to draft a tackle and a guard. He's actually thinking outside the wide receiver realm.
Actually, I wouldn't. I don't want him to go. We're not gonna get a good tackle at 30 unless we're moving up. So we're gonna grab a tackle. I want mine. You want might as well get somebody in the second round.
Yeah, you probably get one of the top guards out there in the draft in the back.
I think we got enough guards on the team.
Yeah,
we got enough of them. I honestly think we need to go defensive line. Y'all overlooking the fact that our defensive line is old as heck.
I mean, you got Trav Jones who got signed. Or excuse me, Trav Jones is young. We got Broderick that's young.
Broderick been there for
yeah.
He be going on his 7th year. I'm sorry, he'll be going on his
probably 5th.
Yeah, he'll be on his 5th.
But then you got Matabike who about to get signed. I mean, he gonna break the bank, but we ain't letting that dude walk. Right. He ain't going nowhere.
Michael Pierce is
yeah. Pierce is a little bit old, and he probably don't visited one too many buffets. He coming to camp one more time at 400 pounds.
Oh, listen, but if somebody get injured, where we at? We barely stopping the run. We weren't stopping the run consistently. We have not replaced the best piece of a 3-4 / hybrid defense is somebody that's like a Calais Campbell. We have not replaced Calais. We need a defensive lineman that way. That's built in that stature, that 6'6", that we can grab.
So the Jihad Ward type.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean that's something we could probably catch on the back end of the draft, right?
Ward he's still a little too light. Like Ward needed to get up to about 295. We need like a Calais Campbell, JJ Watt type 5 technique that can run up and down that line. That's why I said old boy from Missouri. That's what I'm sticking with, y'all, until proven guilty. Until somebody else show me something else, I need Robinson from Missouri. Unless they were going to use the Travis Robinson that we have, but they moved him to outside linebacker. So if he's going to stay on the edge, I need Robinson from Missouri that can play up and down the line. That's 290. He can play the edge. He can play the 5 technique. He can play the 3 technique. He's 6'6", and he's an athletic freak. Need him.
Yeah, I think if they, I know how you feel about that position, but I think if they sign Matabike, they're not going to put as much attention on that defensive line in the very first part of the draft. I think they're going to go more of offense and look for that tackle or that guard that they're looking for, or wide receiver. I mean,
how often do we actually draft a lineman in the first round? Other than if it's not top 10, we always go like we find a starter in the 2nd and 3rd round. It's not like you can't find a starter in the 2nd, 3rd round.
Yeah.
Voorhees is going to be a starter. Mm-hmm. Look right now, Ben Cleveland's going to finally get a chance to start.
Oh yeah, I think he will get the opportunity. I think I had something up here about that too. Let's see. There you go. Ben Cleveland, week 17 and 18, 64 pass blocking snaps, 2 pressures allowed, 0 sacks allowed. And Pro Football Cap gave him a grade of 85.9. Everybody thinks that this is maybe the new right guard.
Maybe.
Squirrel power.
I mean, you can't really say somebody injured. He wasn't injured like that at USC, so I don't know how injury prone he was, right? I mean, if you know something I don't know, let me know. I don't know how injury prone.
Okay, he says, I'm sorry the offense scores only 10 points in the most important game of the year, and you want defense in the first round? Okay, what's he talking about?
I want defense in the first round. Our offense scored 10 points in the last game because we decided to stop running the ball. Come on, boss. You watched the game just like I did.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was more the game plan. They should have. I don't know if they need to pull Lamar over and say, "Hey, look, I know you over there messing with the audibles. This is what we had." Or
like, hey, that comes in the coaching. That ain't got nothing to do with anything else. We had They ran the same, bro. It's the same. They ran the same defense that Houston ran the week before, and you had blitz beaters for the first playoff game. How you ain't got blitz beaters for this game?
Yeah, you should have screen
I
passes
was
ready to
no
rock, right?
receiver running an option route. I'm not saying the offensive line played great because they didn't.
Yeah, but I would have loved to see a screen pass to Dalvin Cook. That'd have been a hell of a blitz beater.
So yeah, I am going that way. I'm going defensive line because you drafted, you have pieces that you haven't even gave a chance, and you're not going to find. You can find a starting guard in the second round. You can find a start. It's a waste to me. You can find a start unless that's like a top 5 tackle. I don't feel like we should draft it in the first round. I think we need to go ahead. We couldn't stop the run. We weren't that good at stopping the run. And it's really like when they were hitting the edge. We haven't been able to do that. So I'd rather go defense. And then, especially when you got a new defensive coordinator, I'd rather go defense. And then go ahead in the second round. You got a second round draft pick. You can find yourself a guard or a tackle or somebody that's going to develop behind Stanley. Hopefully Stanley is healthy enough to play this year. But you have pieces. I don't know if Voorhees is injury prone. I can't go by something that happened especially when you're doing everything on turf and in Indianapolis, things happen. So I can't say that he's injury prone. I don't know. I know one thing is he was graded high. He was definitely a day 2 pick if he didn't get injured, and he'd have been starting someplace. So
yeah, I think it would have been a starter. I think he was more. I think it would have probably been a first round pick. But yeah, Brooke don't call us out.
Yeah.
She'll call us out. Hey, I think we still had like a lot of stuff to go through, but we'll save that for our next show because there are decisions to make on certain players coming up, and it'll be just in time as March hits, and then of course that free agency frenzy. So we'll have a little something there combined with Damian Parson coming through, combine, all this stuff. Football is going it's going nice now because we got that extra week of football. And one less week of no football, so that's pretty cool with the schedule changes and all that. So we're gonna keep this thing rocking. And see, we read the last comment here. He said he was going for 3rd or 4th round for sure. Okay, I appreciate y'all, bro. That y'all continue to have us falling off the couch. We really appreciate all the love and all the people that are just continue to stay here. That consistency is key, and that's just tons of love shown towards me and Cameroon. And like I say, hey, I'll just keep coming back for more. If you're new here, like I said, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. It's your main man, Cameroon, your main man, Couch Rider Raven, saying 2 claps, fade to black.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat.